Behavioral science is the study of how people behave. So that means neuroscientists, psychologists, behavioral economists who are interested in understanding why we think and feel and behave the way we do. I've always been interested in taking research from those fields into practical application. It really helps you identify with quite a lot of precision what are the interventions that are going to have quite a disproportionate impact on your ability to be brilliant. So I've always found that applying behavioral science in my work as a coach has been often the way to unlock people's openness to personal change. So, for me, it's become so central to the way that I talk to leaders about how to develop as human beings and as leaders. The brain has many systems that interact in order to create the magic that is me or you. And there is a way of thinking about the brain which is sometimes known as dual process, sometimes known as two-system, and that is the fact that we have our conscious brain and we have our unconscious brain. Some people call that thinking fast and slow because the unconscious part of the brain works very fast and the conscious part of the brain works rather more slowly. We need both of those for us to be thoughtful, rounded human beings. In fact, research suggests that when we have issues with either one of those systems, we actually cannot make good choices and good decisions. If our automatic system is impaired, we start to overanalyze everything. If our deliberate system, our conscious brain, is impaired, well then it becomes very difficult to do the kind of good reasoning, self-control, planful thinking that we use when we're being our most grown-up selves. What we often call intuition is actually learned patterns that we've observed that have become internalized and that we're tapping into in our sort of the automatic part of our brain. What I will say though is that we do know that our automatic system takes a lot of shortcuts. The idea is to lighten the load on the deliberate system, which doesn't have that much mental energy. If you're making a big investment decision as a leader, you don't really want to decide to invest in Italy just because you had a really nice Italian meal. You want to make sure that your deliberate system is doing all the careful thinking, the evaluation of the pros and cons. You don't want your automatic system to be just taking automatic decisions. And unless we slow down and very consciously say, this is an important decision, so I might be making a few shortcuts I'm not even aware of. I think it really helps to be a good leader if you can be aware of that very natural instinct to make quick decisions based on, perhaps these shortcuts rather than, slowing down and checking your blind spots and saying, what might I be missing here? If there's groupthink in the environment, what is it that we're all agreeing with because everybody else is agreeing with? That's a shortcut. So smart leaders, I think, are good at asking, what are we missing? What's the question that we're not discussing? What is the niggling thing at the back of everybody's head that we're not hearing? Let's get that on the table.